Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. It cannot be stopped, and it is the only free voice left on the net.
Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today's Skyrim Main Quest on the PS4 is going to be another special one, as today we'll be taking a look at another follower dialogue expansion port PlayStation by Mod Author aurllcooljay, this time for SERANA. Before getting any further into the video, you need to know that while this mod can be installed mid-save, and that's what I've done, it is recommended to install it on a new save, and that is because SERANA may go over things that you've already experienced with her in the questline for Dawnguard, and as such, there could be, and most likely will be, spoilers in this video for that questline, so if you've not played through it before, you might want to go ahead and click off the video now.
I worry it'll never be safe to go home.
Don't worry, lady, because if they're still here, then that means they don't mind the spoilers, and I can confirm everything worked out. So, SERANA, along with Lydia, has always been my favorite followers in Skyrim. She's a very close second to Lydia for me. I've always really liked and respected the character for the fact that everything that she had to sacrifice in the good playthrough that I had inside of the Dawnguard, she ultimately had, and protecting lives, and she picked protecting lives, the lives of people that no sooner probably would want to see her dead. It was really the true mark of a hero, and just really gave me a lot of respect for the character. So to have a mod that greatly expands on her is definitely a joy to take a look at. Now, I know from my comment section that several of you have been requesting a port of the mod SERANA Dialogue add-on, which is from a separate author, and I believe does something very similar to this, although possibly using a completely new voice actress and new voice lines. This is using a high-quality AI to give SERANA additional dialogue. In the case of SERANA Dialogue add-on, unfortunately, it's not possible here because the original mod author will not grant permissions for a PlayStation port, at least not at this current time. I've also been told by one of the portals that the file size is too large for our 1 GB limit. But I thought that this could be a good alternative for people writing that mod, so I wanted to highlight it for you. And I wanted to also say, besides a huge thank you to aurllcooljay for porting it, thank you to the original mod author, which is Garmagic, for allowing PlayStation users to be able to experience your mod. It's very much appreciated. With that said, let's see how to find today's showcase mod. So you can currently find this mod in the latest category, but depending on when you see the video, you can also find it by bringing up the search function with L1, and then typing in SERANA Expansion to the search bar. Should get the mod to come right up. Name of it is SERANA Dialogue Expansion. It was ported to PlayStation by Mod Author aurllcooljay, with original credit going to Mod Author Garmagic. There is a link to the proof of permissions provided, as well as a link to the original video showcasing the mod. The mod description in part reads, "What are the quests where she was given new dialogue?" It's all in this list. So for the Dawnguard, the quest line was given the least amount of new dialogues, since she is already pretty involved in the vanilla game, and can see what ones was given additional dialogue here. The Skyrim Main Quest has quite a few more, as you can see. And besides the main quest, there's also ones for the Dragonborn, as well as a couple of side quests listed, and then several follower interactions. Can this mod be installed mid-game? It can, but it's not meant to. If you install it mid-game, there's a chance SERANA will go through some conversations bound to quests that you've already completed. It's unimmersive, but it goes away once you've completed those dialogues. Ideally, install this before meeting SERANA for the first time. It should run smoothly afterwards. And also please note that I am installing this mid-game, so you might see examples of this happening that you wouldn't encounter if you don't install it in a mid-game save. There is information here for how the dialogue triggers and everything that you need to know, so please, as always, make certain to read the mod description in its entirety before you choose to download and install this or any other mod. Okay, so I have the mod downloaded and enabled. So let's see if we can find where SERANA is at, and I think actually, I just saw her. Yeah.
So now that we're stuck together, shouldn't we start getting to know one another? Having just a business-like relationship feels a little dull if you ask me.
Well, you know, SERANA, we have been friends for the last 5 years and journeyed together, so I find it kind of odd that you'd just be bringing this up now. Okay, so first of all, you can see that she is speaking new lines of dialogue, so the mod is functioning perfectly fine, and it sounds like SERANA, so very impressed by the voice quality of the AI. I do really appreciate that. Now, you'll notice that she is acting like she doesn't know my character. The mod description did warn about that. That is because I chose to install this in my ongoing save. This is my original character, and it's still his original saves that I've had for the last 5 years. So because I did that, the mod description warned that she might reference things like you can see here where she just met me, or possibly quests that we went on. So I do want to make it perfectly clear in the showcase that that's not a fault of the mod, but a fault of myself for installing it in an ongoing save. If you don't do that, then you probably won't experience this.
Keep your guard up.
And also, in any
Having
case,
just
I
a
don't mind,
business-like
'cause I'd like to
relationship
hear what she has to
feels
say,
a little
and this would be
dull
the
if
only
you
way
ask
that I
me.
could. Okay, how old are you?
That's not something you're supposed to ask a lady, you know? Look, just tell me something about you.
I was almost executed for being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wait, really? How did you get out of there alive?
A dragon attacked the town just seconds away from my execution.
Wow, talk about a stroke of luck. I mean, not that dragons attacking towns is a good thing, but at least it worked in your favor. So what else can you tell me? How do you earn a living?
Okay, it looks like we have several options that we can pick here to tell her how we earn a living, and oh, this would be perfect because I'm the Archmage. I'm with the College of Winterhold.
Oh, a fellow magician, huh? I've been there a few times myself, back in my age. Not that I was a pupil or anything, but I enjoyed the library. I'm relieved that they're still active. I'd appreciate it if you let me do some sightseeing next time you go there. All right, off we go.
You seem a little tense.
Well, I haven't seen my mother since she locked me away, so... Yes. I don't even know what to say to her. As time went on, it was harder for me to talk to her. She just... changed, you know? I guess it's what happens when you gain eternal life. The older you get, the more pragmatic you become. And there's the age gap, too. It's always harder to approach someone older than you, isn't it?
You seem pretty easy to approach if you ask me.
True, but then again, I've been sleeping for who knows how long, so maybe I haven't reached that point yet. At least, mentally. Speaking of which, how old are you?
You know, that's a good question. I've never considered that for my character. Just pick this. I just made it to my 30s.
That's actually pretty close to the age I had when I became a vampire. That somehow makes me feel more comfortable around you. I guess it's because I can think of you as someone of my generation. Although, maybe I was a bit younger. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, you look way younger than 30.
Okay,
It looks around that.
maybe I was closer to 20 than I remember. But I don't want you to start treating me like someone younger than you, okay? We both know I'm much more mature than I look.
What about you? When were you born?
During the first era, in the year... Hold up! I told you not to ask me that!
Relax, I just wanted to loosen you up.
Oh, so that's what this was all about. Well, I actually do feel less tense, so I guess it worked out after all. But seriously, don't bring up my age ever again.
Yes, as a guy, I
So,
should know better
how
than
are you
to
holding
ask
up?
that.
It's not the first time I've partially soul-trapped a creature, but I never tried it on a mortal.
Okay, so now she's referencing that time in the Soul Cairn. It's not so bad, you did a good job.
Really? What a relief. I thought it would take its toll on you. To be honest, I thought turning you into a vampire was the better option, but this worked out better than I thought.
Would you have preferred me to become a vampire?
Well, I don't know. I mean, as advantageous as it is, sometimes the price isn't worth it. I guess it depends on the individual.
Was it worth it for you?
Well, I learned to appreciate it, so yes. But I also realized that if something lasts too much, it ends up deteriorating. Just look at how my family ended up. Even our friendship would end up falling apart if we both lived forever.
So, when I die, will you be ready to let go?
I don't know. Maybe that's why part of me was hoping you'd agree to become a vampire. But that was selfish. Nobody should make a choice of this magnitude for you. I should just cherish whatever time we have together.
I didn't expect you'd get so emotional.
Well, You're the first true friend I ever had. I never had anyone to open up to, or just talk about normal stuff and have fun. I'm glad you're the one who woke me up that day.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah, although maybe this isn't the best place to talk about this. Let's get going.
Don't remember if she would have referenced any of that in her original dialogue. It has been 5 years since I heard it after all. Also, unless maybe I can do it now. Oh, I can. So, you'll notice that I haven't had the option to actually set her as a follower up until now. So keep that in mind if you start mid-save like I have. You'll have to speak to her several times, it looks like, before you can set her as a follower. Also, if installing it mid-save, I wouldn't recommend having her already as a follower. Do it like I did it, just to be on the safe side. So it looks like we have several different modded options here that we can ask her to have conversation with her now. A couple of vanilla options as well. Are you alright? You seem distracted.
No. Well, yes, but I guess I just feel overwhelmed. I just did the math, and turns out I've been sleeping at least for 3,700 years. Probably more.
That long?
Shocking, isn't it? And then I began thinking about the story that preceded the Dragonborn prophecy. These events, all these turning points in history, all of this transpired while I was sleeping. I just realized that I missed all of this. It's just, I don't know. It feels like a vacuum. You know what I mean? I guess I hadn't really thought about the passage of time until recently. I just felt overwhelmed is all.
You know all that history is recorded in books, right?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I wouldn't even know where to start.
I could find those books for you.
You do that for me? Tell you what, for each book that you bring me, I'll give you a special lesson on one of my specialties. You won't learn this in any modern school.
You got a deal.
Thanks. I'll leave it up to you.
Oh wow, so does this come with quest? Oh, okay, so I don't know if everything will, but as you can see here, speaking to her actually started this quest line. Looks like there's going to be quite a lot to do with this model. That's cool. So, several different books here, and yeah, it's in my quest log right here. SERANA has asked me to find books related to the events that led to the Dragonborn prophecy. In return, she'll teach me a few lessons on skills she's good at. I know of 4 books that might do, and then you can see we got also says optional that we could go and ask at the college, which she was wanting to see the college, so I might take her there in the showcase, because obviously I'm not going to cover everything. That way you guys get to see, you know, if you experience the mod, I don't ruin everything, but still, that's very cool. It's very interesting that she actually comes with her own quests, and that's something very unique that I haven't seen done yet.
Do you need something?
Let's see, let's ask her. You okay?
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you something. About your childhood. What was it like?
Okay, so it looks like we have several different options, just like with the job that she asked about earlier that we can say to her. Let me pick this one. My family was poor, but we were happy.
That's kind of sweet, actually. I mean, I know it was hard to live under those conditions, but finding happiness in spite of that sounds like a fairy tale. But then again, I was born rich, so maybe I'm not one to talk.
Why did you ask?
Well, it's something I was hoping we could talk about. Do you mind?
Sure. What's wrong?
Well, when you brought me back home, I asked my father if my stuff was still there. Surprisingly, he hadn't discarded it like he did with my mother's. Among other things, I found a small portrait of a little girl embracing a dog. I thought it had been misplaced. So I started asking some of the castle staff if it was theirs, until one of them pointed out that the girl looked just like me. And he was right. That girl was me, and I had a dog.
So, what's the big deal? Everyone can have pets.
Yeah, and everyone remembers them even long after they pass away. But I had no idea. I don't even remember having a dog. And that's not all. I also had a tray containing 20 dissected specimens of butterflies. I don't remember ever collecting them. There was so much stuff there, and none of that seemed familiar.
So it bothers you don't remember your childhood.
Exactly. I feel like I've lost a fragment of my identity. Even if I moved on from those things, I should still remember that they were a part of my life.
I wonder if maybe because you became a vampire you forgot? Maybe you forgot because you simply had no one to share these things with.
You think so? I'm not so sure. The more I think about it, the more I believe that the passage of time is weighing on me, you know? I'm just wondering if that's what happened to my father, and he just stopped caring for the past. What if I end up doing what he did?
Stop it. You're not like him.
I know, but for how long? You don't know what he was like when I was younger. It's true he was distant, but deep down he cared about me. Now he's willing to kill me to achieve his goals. How long will I be me until my identity erodes like his did?
It's not about how long you live, but whether or not you forget who you are.
Right. Sorry. You're right. I can't live in fear of what I may become just because it happened to my father. No, it didn't happen. He chose this, and I won't follow in his footsteps. Thank you for helping me realize it.
I'm here if you ever need to talk about it.
I know you are. Thank you.
Okay, so technically, Serana, we've already defeated your father, but of course you don't have knowledge of that currently. Again, that is because of installing the mod mid-save. And go ahead and sit down with you here. One thing I did want to point out, Serana, I was going to join you. One thing I did want to point out, and then I'm going to take her on to the college and see what that is to do with the books, but something that I noticed earlier was that because of installing it mid-save, she has things happening from the past all in her dialogue. So there she mentioned that her father, you know, is wanting to kill her and stuff, yet she also has the option that I do believe I saw, yeah, right here, where she's going to acknowledge that we took them out. Do you feel remorse about your clan's extinction?
You mean extermination? You and I both took part in that battle, but we had no choice. They wouldn't let us get to my father without a fight. If any of them stepped out of line, he would have killed them himself. Still, well, I can't say I was fond of them, but they were part of the community I grew up with. We shared that much. And under better leadership, they wouldn't have fallen so far. My father dragged them all to the doomed fate he was heading towards.
Your clan was more dignified?
Yeah. Our clan wasn't always like this. I mean, we followed Molag Bal, but we also had values, rules, and commanded respect instead of fear. In a better world, my mother and I could have healed our clan. Make our family's legacy something more respectable. But it's too late for that now. Any chance of restoring Clan Volkihar died with my father.
You're still alive, Serana. You can start over.
What? You want me to start biting off people's necks and send them invitations to an extinct vampire clan?
This isn't about your clan. It's about your life.
Oh. Yeah. I think I get what you mean. Sorry. I just keep living in the past. But you're completely right. The end of Clan Volkihar's legacy doesn't mean the end of mine. I'm free now. I could be an alchemist, a court wizard, a librarian. There's so many possibilities in front of me.
Adventuring is in high demand these days, and I could always use a partner.
Oh, that was at the top of my list of priorities, believe me. Come on, let's make some more stories.
I really love how this mod is adding to her story. It seems like there is so much more here than there was with Lydia, and also Bilana, which I just briefly took a look at. But in any case, now she sits down. In any case, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take her with me to the College of Winterhold. She was wanting to go there anyways, and we can ask about the books. Depending on what we find out there, I might take the time to track down one of them and see what she does, because she's supposed to give something in return. In any case, I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit, once I convince her to get up. Okay, let's see if she'll do like Lydia sometimes does, where she'll comment on the areas. Might have to be closer to the college first before she does.
What happened to this place?
Ah, Okay, so it was a little bit hard to hear, but she asked what happened to this place, and you'll notice now she's kind of looking around and looks concerned, which is interesting. That's because she'd be seeing, so to speak, the old bridge, probably not the modern one. Although, yeah, I wonder what is going on here.
This place has seen better days. I should know.
Okay, so she said something else too, but it was a little bit hard to hear because of the students practicing up there. Something about this place has seen better days. One thing I wonder about, a little bit I tested at Berlana was sometimes when you would take her to somewhere special that is for her, she would have additional dialogue when you would speak to her. Something I think Lydia is supposed to do, among other things Lydia is supposed to do but doesn't.
Lead on.
But I guess SERANA doesn't either, or at least not here. In any case, let's go ahead and head into the Arcanium and see if we can find out about these books. Okay, I think it's this stairs? Yeah. Oh great,
Need
he's not
something?
here. Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have seen where Shrub went, did you? Or what the hell you say his name? I guess I could take and find him in the dorms, but let's just go ahead and head up to
The
the
library
library.
looks exactly as I remembered it. I like the old carpet better, though.
So this is how you remembered it, huh? Even though I've got it heavily modded. That's because again, she's programmed to see, so to speak.
Do you
the
mind
old,
if we take a break here to read?
Yeah, that was the point of
I'll
coming
take your
here.
silence as a no.
Of course, you can't hear me talking to her like you guys can, but I
Yes?
guess I was supposed to speak to her when she asked that. Let's see an
Keep your
option
guard
added.
up.
I hope I didn't mess something up, though. Oh, hey.
Archmage or not, my rules about books still. All this knowledge might have been lost
Oh,
were
this
it
looks
not for
new.
you.
I'd like to borrow some history books.
And I would like you to be more specific. Tamriel has over 6,000 years of history, you know.
It's for my friend here. She's shy. She wants to catch up on some recent history.
Does she now? Well, in that case, I can think of a few books that explore the events of the late Third Era. More or less, anyway. I can point you towards 4 merchants that probably have those. It'll be quite the trip through the province, though.
Hold up. Don't you have them here in the library?
I do. But these books are meant to be used exclusively by members of the college, and your friend here is not. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. Archmage's orders.
Hello, there's an option here. You do know I'm the Archmage, don't you?
Oh yeah. I guess I forgot that the Psijic order suddenly appeared out of nowhere and said, "Hey, see that kid that joined the college last week? Yeah, put him in charge."
Last
Here you
week-
go. All 4 of them. Tell her to be careful.
Oh, yes. Okay, so in his own smartassy way, I guess he just gave me all the books, but I've noticed, yeah, 28 days, so I don't know how this is going to work. So it's reacting with Bibliophile. Could incur a late fee because of it, I guess, but if need be, maybe I could pull them out of our inventory. Or alternatively, would have been to track them
Need
down
something?
at their individual locations.
Good to see
Might have to do
Skyrim
if we
still
have
has
this
such
mod
fine-
installed.
You give an old
But,
man.
Archmage or not, my rules about books still stand.
Yep, definitely getting a late fee. Anyways, let's go ahead and see about giving her one of the books then
Do
that
you
we
need
got
something?
from him. I found a book about later decades of the Septim Empire.
Alright, let's see what you have. So an emperor died in a failed conquest of Akavir, and the council took power and didn't want to give it back to the imperial family. Open revolts, political assassinations, falling off horses, yada yada. Oh, this is interesting. This emperor, Uriel Septim, was betrayed by his battle mage and imprisoned in a pocket dimension. I kinda relate to that. Then the battle mage impersonated him and ruled with the political efficiency of a mud crab. The Empire was thrown into chaos. Seriously, you're the Emperor's right-hand man. You had all the power you wanted. What's the point of having more responsibilities, you moron? But then a hero killed the battle mage and rescued the Emperor. Considering his family's mortality record, he got off easy. I suppose this book covers the misrule at the 8 corners of the world part of the prophecy. Thank you. Now let me teach you how to move light on your feet so that they don't see you coming.
Okay, so that completed a brief history of the Empire. Notice her mouth stopped moving there for a moment when she was talking, but yeah, it's fine, I don't care. So, do I actually have to speak to her again to learn whatever it is she's supposed to teach me? I don't see anything.
Let's move.
Check my active effects real quick. I don't exactly know. I know that she's supposed to teach you something in return for the book. It's the only one that has a time limit on it. I don't see anything. She said something about Lightfoot or not being able to see you coming. Maybe, I'll just leave that up to you guys to discover if you do decide to try this. Go ahead and see about giving her one more book. I found a book somewhat related to the Warp in the West.
Somewhat? Couldn't you find anything more specific to the subject?
Trust me, Serana, I tried. It exists, but not in Skyrim.
Damn it. I guess it will have to do. So there was a dragon break in Daggerfall, and that's it? This book is a
Sorry I couldn't find anything useful.
Don't be. This isn't your fault. I can tell you searched very hard for a better book. I appreciate that. Here, I'll teach you how to make better use of your light armor. Just for the effort you put in.
Okay, so... Okay, now that one I can definitely see that. So she did. She taught me about my light armor. So maybe the other, maybe the stat was maxed out or something. Wonder how I'm gonna fix that. Well, in any case, I think that will do it for the showcase. I'll leave the other books up to you to discover and stuff that way. If you're interested in the mod, I can say that I am thoroughly impressed with this one. I think this would be a fantastic alternative for those of you that were wanting SERANA Dialogue add-on. For me personally, I think this one is absolutely fantastic. This actually is even better than the Lydia one. It seems to be a lot more functional than hers, and it seems like there's a lot more content with it involved. Now, I don't know, after speaking with her and parts of the past of her and my character together being removed, how much that will remain, but still, this one here definitely looks like a keeper. Again, I want to give a huge thank you to Mod Author aurllcooljay for porting this to PlayStation, but equally a huge thank you to the Mod Author Garmagic, who was the one that created it. Thank you for letting PlayStation users experience your fantastic mod. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. Take care.
This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. Peace out.